Hi, hello, and welcome back to my Call of Cthulhu playthrough, and more broadly speaking, episode 32 of my YouTube channel. I, like the hide behind, am imaginary. Thank you for stopping by. We're gonna get back into this game. Last thing I remember is I am actually in... Oh, I forgot her name. Oh, man. The nurse. Doctor. I think she's actually a doctor. I don't remember her name. We're in a person's body other than our own. So that's something of note. And it's loading really slowly. Well, I guess let's read this a little bit since this is loading pretty slowly. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find that the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Although the book is probably going to be gone when we wake up in our real body, chances are Charles is going to come by and snatch up the Necronomicon there and gonna go summon the great old one. Well, we're stuck in someone else's body.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
Oh, I already watched all
What's
this.
his Oh, Mr. Blake. What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but
typo,
no.
or is that how you spell fetal? I don't think that's how you spell fetal. I think that was a typo in the subtitles.
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down, his skin losing its color, his body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out.
Sounds like he's dying.
And I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well.
Sounds like he's already
Don't worry.
dead.
Let's stay professional, if you will. Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Why?
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told, after inhaling chemicals.
The gas from downstairs?
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Sounds like death. I guess maybe he was drugged. That makes more sense.
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
It's
Of course.
Nightmares,
Any idea
the
what
great
this
old
man
ones are
might be
awakening,
undergoing?
And they play with your nightmares.
Very well. I'll examine him. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
How does he have hypothermia? Where the hell was he?
Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So he's been drugged?
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky.
What is happening
So,
to this
Doctor,
man?
an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this
Okay,
man.
Maria Colden,
Don't
and she
say
was a
that.
doctor.
You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema?
What's an edema?
Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not
what
sure
edema
Dr. Fuller
I'll
is
take a
telling
look
the
up.
truth.
I'll take a moment to look that up.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier,
He seemed to feel better?
yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
He's transforming into a fish creature.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes, they can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby.
This is
What about his cranium?
uncomfortably reminding
It's
me
soft
of,
at the touch.
um,
It does
what's that-
seem
what's that
like the skull of a baby.
Uzumaki.
Look at these sticky
no,
rings
not
growing at his
Naruto,
fingertips.
But
What can be happening?
the Junji
I'm sure
Ito,
you'll
or
find
Ito
an
Junji.
explanation. You
I
have
think
to.
it's Ito Junji?
I almost don't believe it myself, but these
In which the people
symptoms
start turning
are
into
not
snails.
those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your
I
imagination
don't
is
really
without
care for the
limit.
voice actor.
It's your homemade drug
Or
again, is it
not
not?
specifically the voice actor,
Those
but the
people are
voice
not
that the
your
voice actor
guinea
is
pigs.
putting on for this
There,
guy.
there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
I mean, it's not that bad. Maybe let me just hear it a little bit more before I make a judgment on that.
His limbs? His body temperature? I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish to join me in my scientific endeavors?
You are a brilliant physician, Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be
What have you been
in
doing?
time.
I will not let you do this.
God.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
That was a threat. That was a not so thorough.
Was that a threat?
That was not so
What did
subtle
he
threat.
mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
If we could find the patient files, yeah.
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Thanks, ma'am. Keep quiet. What do we got here? Bunch of books. Alright, let's get all this out of my way.
Doctor, please. My chest.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. Hay fever? What's he doing here?
What's hay fever? I don't know what hay fever is, honestly. I don't have a lot of medical knowledge.
A whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back.
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
Oh.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Wait, hold on. How is she here?
Mrs. Sanders?
What happened to her?
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
This file describes the state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. Oh no. She needs to get out of here. We need to get Mrs. Sanders out of here. Holy shit. What is she doing here? That poor woman. Is this the same dude? Yeah, it's the same dude.
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
Don't know what that means. I'm assuming that nephrectomy meant that to remove her kidney. This dude is the same as the dude who is writhing in pain over there. Like, almost the same character model. What is up with his foot? Is it just really dirty, or what the hell is that? I think it's just really dirty. Really weird.
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors. Another insomniac.
Character model.
I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Just horrible nightmares.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Oh god, he's been covered
Sir,
in blood.
I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination.
Is it like a... She didn't inject him at all.
He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
Wait. Am I supposed to be doing something else here? Or am I just stuck? Oh, his hands.
His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Dang. That was some nasty stank on that one. He's not even held down. He just really doesn't...
It's a quiet little town.
blah, blah, blah.
Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
I don't trust you, Dr. Bradley.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches. And I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look, I don't want you to laugh at me.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only
That's
one.
like half the town,
No.
dude.
No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
Half the town is seeing that.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all
Note
this
to the
out.
Hawkins
Everyone in
situation.
Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Poor man.
Where did my fiancé go?
Don't
I
care.
hope those nutcases will stop.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory. Please.
I'm trying to
The
close
fewer
the door.
interruptions there are, the faster I'll be
I just
finished.
want to close the door. So I go.
Please.
No, okay. You know what? Whatever. I won't close it behind me.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Does not respect standard practice. If you Fuller probably did something fucked to him because he shouldn't.
Dr.
have been-
Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I've done an exam. Deborah is looking after him.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Then give them
Understood.
what they want.
Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
Yep, I saw him.
I saw him, yes. It's always the same thing. They bring them up, without any explanation, with a multitude of self-inflicted injuries. We take care of the wounds, and then they leave. Each time, I feel like I'm sending them back to hell.
Their affliction is not our responsibility. You cannot save everybody, Doctor.
Oh, fuck that.
Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him. The key to the boiler room is missing.
Doctor, those people need you at the dormitory.
I already did that.
I'll tend to it. Don't worry.
Could have sworn I already did that. Wasn't that the person they were talking about? Surgical wing. Can't go
The
in.
operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Hey, at least this one's smoking a pipe.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office. I don't have any business in the boiler room.
Yeah, but the key's missing, which is...
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule.
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Pseudoscientific work of Cesare Lombroso correlates an individual's morphology with his criminal predispositions. The seriousness of the study and the accuracy of the demonstrations can deceive an uninformed
Listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl.
We've been waiting
Any
to be
answer is
restocked for
no.
weeks.
You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on. Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while. And just wait and see the next time the robbers come over. It's a real show.
I think I'm supposed to try to get into Fuller's office through here. What's this? The laundry room? I don't think there's anything of importance in here. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to try to get into Fuller's office from here. Reference of Book of Medical Sciences. Like a dictionary, this book references in alphabetical order all of the medical sciences known and practiced in the modern world. For each of these entries, the major works and the names of the referenced authorities are listed. Okay. There's someone there. Because I think that's Fuller's office right there.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Oh, bitch.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured,
Ooh.
I'll tell him you came by.
Those are some
That
uncomfortable
won't be
hand
necessary.
signs.
Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Fuck, I made a mistake. How am I supposed to distract her? I'm using that thing, but how do I distract her? Maybe if I cause an issue down here, she'll have to come running out, but I don't know.
What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Am I supposed to pick it up? I guess not. Maybe that'll be relevant when I come back here as Pierce or something.
The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Yeah, maybe this is all like foreshadowing for when I come back here as Pierce.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this
Oh
room
my,
in such a
there's blood.
state?
Because,
gross.
as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Why is Miss Donovan such a bitch? Okay, great. So now I gotta go grab the boiler room key instead of picking it up earlier when I had the ability. I was right there looking at it. Who are you? Oh yeah, that's that one girl.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Cool, I kind of figured that out myself, but you know, we can go ahead and follow the process of forcing me to go through and talking to people.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
None of these tools. Oh, nope. I guess none of the tools here on the ground are the ones I need. Nope, guess not. Alright, well, I'll go look for one then. All over the place. Tools to close the valve, please. Where, oh, where could this tool be? Where, oh, where could it be? Lots of the sleeping medication jars. Oh, fire. No. Where, oh, where could you be? Where, oh, where? Maybe in the men's bathroom again? What's this?
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
Yep.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest.
Things to strap in
It's
patients
so
today,
unfair.
though. Lots of things to strap in patients to.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Oh, I already know where the boiler room is, if that's what that's showing me. I just need to find the tool I need to shut things off. Alright, finally found the fucking tool. Only took long enough. Oh, maybe it was just stuck. Maybe it wasn't like...
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
I don't really want to be here when this happens. I gotta go back to Elizabeth.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Oh, poor Elizabeth.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Oh, she moved. That makes this way easier.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course.
So do you have the Stendhal syndrome?
This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
Subjects display mental disorders linked to an exposure to works of art. For Sanders there. Because he went insane because of the Shambler. Although there is a very good reason for that. There is a very good reason for that. Sorry. Sorry.
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something.
Oh, that was...
Patient
I did that
files.
by accident.
I was right.
I was gonna start thinking about what was gonna solve it in the first place, and then I found it. Sarah Hawkins interview? Cool. I should turn them back, because he's gonna know. Can we, like, hide our tracks here, lady? Guess not.
Conclusions.
Wait, wait.
Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins.
This finger belonged to a woman.
The patient
Why
appears
keep it
to have
here?
finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos.
The mythos.
It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the cause of perception.
Why is Ethan on medication? Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
Oh, she has supernatural, probably psychic abilities. That's probably why her
The
painting.
poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am
Why
prepared.
would Charles be keeping secrets from you?
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings.
Who? Dispose of whose
In the
belongings?
meantime,
Hawkins?
they must
Sarah's?
remain hidden in plain sight.
Huh. What are you talking about? Is there more I need to look at here? Probably. I won't get through these. I mean, I guess that only makes sense, but... What do I need to observe? Here we go.
Of course! Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
Okay. I still don't quite understand. Oh, I didn't even willingly go into that.
I must go back to the basement.
I need to go out a way that she didn't come in. Or that she isn't gonna be. That co-wreck made me think she was there. Kind of scared me. I shouldn't be scared of. Oh shit! I need to open this back up. Because it was open. I don't want it closed. I did nothing wrong. Alright. I got through Fuller's office, and we're gonna go to the basement soon. But I am going to end this episode here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you didn't, please leave a dislike, and let me know why down in the comments below, so I can work on improving my content. Thank you for watching.